They actually presenting at 3:50.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Milan Patel. I represent the Phi Alpha Delta Pre-Law Fraternity. I'm a freshman and this is my first ever speech in front of an audience like this. We are requesting the one-time $250 allocation. I am aware every student organization requires this. We are requesting $1,000 for the Stand Up for Change event, $100 for travel expenses, and $900 for supplies, tools, materials, and a skilled contractor. This event is held in Collinwood, Ohio. We would help by redeveloping the homes of families in need. We will be assigned only 1 or 2 rooms approximately. We are requesting $2,000 for the Phi Alpha Delta Pre-Law Conference. The conference fee is $1,200 and the room rental is $800. This is an annual event located in Arlington, Virginia. Law schools nationwide would attend this conference. It would serve as an excellent networking and professional development opportunity. We are requesting $500 for our initiation ceremony, $200 for catered food, and $300 for a guest speaker. We wanted to invite Ronald Winter. He's a longtime affiliate of our fraternity. In case anyone had any particular questions about him, I have his entire bio right over here. Finally, we are requesting $1,050 for operational expenses. In order to be recognized at the national level, we must pay this fee. That'd be all.
So, in regards to the Stand Up for Change, are you familiar with Habitat for Humanity at all? Is that where you go and build houses for low-income families and things like that? Is it something along those lines? I guess
Well, hi, I'm Gina Huffman. I'm the advisor for Phi Alpha Delta.
Okay.
And so this is a collaboration with the nonprofit organization in and of itself called Stand Up for Change.
Okay. I've never heard of them. Okay.
I think Milan does have a
Yeah,
newsletter that kind of goes over the organization. So you can
all of the information is right here.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Any other questions?
Does anyone have questions?
No, looks all good, looks all good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Good job on your first speech. You did good. Sorry.
Hey, Brenda.
Oh.
Hi guys. Hello. So, did we start or are y'all telling us? Okay. So, she's weird, don't mind her. No, I'm not weird. Alright. So, one of the first things that we have on our list. Okay, my name is Deanna Simmons. I'm the president of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated here on campus, Phi Theta chapter.
I'm Jill. I'm vice president and secretary.
Okay. So, is this for, are we talking for, VE and SGA at the same time?
You can talk about me first. and then
Yeah,
Okay.
so, the only one that looked like it was service pertaining to our bylaws, was the blanket event, and then
Yes.
everything else we kind of pushed over to SGA. So if you wanna talk about the blanket event real
Okay,
quick?
definitely, okay. So, the blanket event is for Laura's, children's shelter, located on the west side of Cleveland. What we're gonna do is during, common hours from 11 to 2, we're gonna, make blankets for the children, because since it's such a high demand for the shelter, because they don't have enough blankets and supplies, we were gonna have different tables set up, and we were gonna have a demonstration on how to put the blankets together, and also iron-ons for the little children. And so what we were asking was $250.
You have 300.
300, okay, so $50 off. But it was $300 that we're asking for, because we already have a donation of $175 for, from Joanne Fabrics, donated from our grad chapter. So that's all we would need, because we want to at least make 35 blankets. And when we, did a budget of how much we would need an excess of $300.
And I don't know if you guys have made these kind of blankets before, but you just put 2 pieces of fabric together and then you cut out a square on 4 corners and then you
The
tie it
tie
together.
blanket,
Yeah.
yeah,
So they're really pretty simple to make, but it's just the biggest cost of the materials.
yeah, I
So.
totally understand that, yeah. Awesome, thank you.
For SGA.
Okay, SGA. So,
Yeah, $425.
Hmm?
$425.
yeah, so, we can go by events. I just named off the events. But I'll name off, one of them was for a finder, for the informational, and that's on Wednesday, March 3rd. We just needed, money for props and for, booklets of information. And our next event would be How Crowded Is Your Bed? That event is to, show sexual awareness for college communities. And we're also gonna have Lisa Fair, she's the coordinator for the, free clinic. And there's just a small monetary fee, or,
What was your March 3rd event, you said?
information, Zeta Phi Beta, informational.
Did you send it in?
Huh?
Did you send it in? The
Yeah.
request?
Okay.
Not
Well, we always use the blanket event and how crowded is your
Yeah,
bed
that's
event for
something.
February 29th.
for that.
But what, can you tell us more about the March 3rd event? Because
How
we
much
don't have
are
it on
you
paper right now.
Oh, we're on looking for $50.
$50 on March 3rd?
Yeah, because that will cover 15 booklets.
Okay.
Is that included in your $425?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have like one event down here, but the 425 covers the event you're talking about.
Right,
It covers both the events.
right.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
We only had one request, right?
Yeah. Sorry, you know, you revamped everything this semester, but it looks nice. Okay. So, so Lisa Fair, she's gonna come in. She's the coordinator for the free clinic, and so she's gonna come in and talk about sexual awareness. She's gonna hand out condoms, different pamphlets about to protect yourself, and different groups around the community for different sexual purposes. As a college campus, as we have different people, different, tendencies around campus. So that's an event that we're having, and we need $100 for, that's included in the 400, $100 to give to the free clinic. We need also for the actual activity, for that we need, oh my God, okay. So we need cups, we need pamphlets, we need blankets, because the actual idea is that it's easier if I come here.
Me?
Yeah, what's your name?
Joelle.
Okay, Joelle, come here. And a man who wants to volunteer. You do. Come over
Okay,
here.
let me get my stuff.
Okay. So, Joelle, what's your name? What's your name?
Dan.
Dan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Joelle, Dan, I can remember that. Okay. Let's say that I'm Jessica. That's my sister's name. She'll be mad if I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm Jessica. I'm not worried about any consequences, pregnancies, STDs, you know, something that might show up on my face, anything like that, because I'm sexually fluid. Now, the problem is that, you know, young college kids or even adults, because I'm a non-traditional student, we all need to be aware of ourselves and other people, because just because Dan says, oh, don't worry about it, Deanna, I think you're hot, let's just go. You know, you shouldn't think like that. And so we're gonna have blankets, like I hold one, then you hold one, so you're dirty now, I'm dirty, you're dirty too. So it's just a visual of what happens when you have multiple partners and you don't protect yourself and do what's right for your body and contaminating others, not thinking about, you know, what am I
Their
doing?
partner, yeah, what partner.
Exactly, yes. Thank you guys.
We're
Joanne.
related.
Yeah, I know. All of us are. Okay, so that's the gist of. All right.
I don't want to
Anyone
know.
have a question?
I really don't.
Sure.
How do blankets help from preventing that?
Oh, no,
It's gonna be a very.
We're gonna use blankets for the first half
Blankets
and
usually. Alright.
and food coloring for the next one. Last semester we did food coloring. We just kept pouring and pouring and pouring until it got dirty. But this time we're gonna use blankets because me, Joelle, and Dan, we all sat on the blanket basically. But you know I didn't want to sit down. So, you know, I'm sitting on it. I make it dirty. And the blankets that we're gonna get from the presenter, once you sit on it, you make a heat stain, kind of. And so I'm stained, Joelle's stained, and Dan is stained. Her render stained, you're stained, everybody's stained. So once you see all that collected in your body and what's in your system, then the visual is better than me just saying, don't have sex, don't do anything, you know?
I think we got the idea now.
Yes, okay. Thank you. He just
Thank you so
asked.
much.
Okay,
Alright, cool.
that's it.
I think we're good.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, private demonstration?
Is that all the?
Must be nice.
So the student veterans of America are not coming? Good luck, guys. What, the student veterans of America?
I emailed Darren, we pushed that to you because it's not service.
Okay.
By our bylaws, it's not impacting a greater community other than the people that are going on the cruise.
Hey, Laurent.
Oh my gosh.
What are you?
Hi, how are you?
Yes, we are. We want to hold a fundraising event for the Fisher House for Greater Cleveland. They're trying to have it be built in the area because we have the third largest VA hospital, and it's essentially similar to a Ronald McDonald House where it provides housing for families of those who are being treated. So, majority of our veteran community on campus does receive services from the VA locally here. So this would be something that benefits not only the local community, but also veterans from around the country. We have, let's see, sorry, lost my train of thought. So what we did, last year we had a dinner cruise that we did in order to do the fundraising event. And we're looking to try to do that again this year because it was such a great event that we had. We raised over $1,500 last year, and we're hoping to be able to raise even more. We're actually expecting somewhere around $5,000 to be raised from this event this year. And it was also good for Cleveland State because we were able to network with the area colleges and able to bring together the veteran organizations across multiple campuses. So this event's off campus? Yes.
So how much are you requesting?
That is the total cost for the cruise.
Okay, we're only allowed to put up to $2,000 for off-campus events, but I don't know if this is something we allow. But if we do give you money, it can't be spent on alcohol.
Right, we do understand that. We were aware from that from last year. Last year, we were able to use ticket sales and things like that to help offset those costs. So.
Yeah, so that's your.
I was going to say, since this event is in April,
And obviously, this is the hearing right now. You guys can request another, more money exactly, and through the COLAB, and that way I'll be able to help you guys out with that. And that's something that we could do off campus to possibly, to alleviate those other building costs.
Oh, that's it. Oh,
That
it's
way,
cool.
Actually, the quota has to be on campus, it cannot be off
Well, we
campus.
can double check that.
Yeah, I could, I'm pretty sure we could do off campus, but I need to double check.
Okay.
Just to be safe, but just in case, if you guys wanna get that prepared, and then if you guys can't come up with anything else as far as fundraisers, that'd be great, just to help, ease that up.
Okay.
And then also when you collab with us, you have to, put, SGA as a brand, so say that we supported you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be no problem.
Basically promoting them.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah.
yeah, as of now, before we like figure out the whole collab situation, and if we could do it off campus, the minimum would be 2,000 that we could give you guys.
Maximum.
Maximum.
Okay, that would be good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you so much for your time. We will give it.
And who would we contact about trying to do the collab?
Oh, you guys can let me know, in fact,
Okay.
I can get a card, I would.
I mean, you can email the SG treasurer, I can forward it.
Okay.
Let me give you my business card. There you go, can you see email? Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Hey, the next one is the CSU quiz, so pull this paper out from your packet.
We just call it like urge. We don't, we drop off the C yet. So I have a question really quickly. Am I able to use this? Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
Go ahead.
You guys have it?
No.
Okay, it should be in the email.
90764.
Towards the end. Yeah. And it's after the stable
I got
packet.
it.
That'll help me.
Well, I found it.
Is all good? Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. My question was just that could I use this computer potentially to pull up a web page?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Make
Thank you.
it Wi-Fi.
So give me 1 second. I'm Marissa, by the way, and I'm the president of Cleveland State Urge, in case that wasn't obvious.
I figured that out.
Cool.
I don't think you get 4 minutes.
Just keep watching for me.
Yes, we are, surprise. But we are talking about sex, so outside of a pornographic context. All right, so the program I'm requesting funds for is the Female Orgasm, and it's presented by Sex Discussed Here, which is a college sex education team. Some highlights of the Female Orgasm are up on the screen for you. So this is what the program goes over. So an emphasis on individuals making sexual decisions for themselves, the right ones. An analysis of the messages that people who identify as female receive from their culture. Body image and the links between befriending your body and experiencing sexual pleasure. The value of learning how to say no, so consent issues. Anatomy, far beyond typical high school health classes. Problems with pressure to have an orgasm. So I don't know if any of you have heard about the orgasm gap or orgasm disparities, but men tend to orgasm 3 times more than women do on average, like that ratio there. So out of every 3 sexual interactions, they orgasm. Or rather, the ratio would be 2 to 3, or 2 to 1. I'm really bad at fractions. the point is that there's a disparity in men and women achieving orgasms, and there's a lot of reasons why, but this program is about sex positivity. So getting comfortable with sex is something that's positive and that can be conducted safely and pleasurably. And they go over more things than just orgasm, obviously. So if you go back to your high school health classes, I don't know how in-depth they went over sex education, but a lot of times those classes are very lacking. So you won't really understand what consent means. You know, it's not just verbal, it's nonverbal. And so these things are very important for college-age adults to understand if they didn't get that education back in high school, which is often the case. So as far as the $4,000 go, $3,000 is for the actual event to come here. For them, it's the program cost. The $975 is for travel costs for 2 people, so airfare, rental car, and hotel. I did request $4,000, but we can drop it down to $3,975. So I think I requested $25 over than I should have. But those are the divisions of the cost. Now, going back to the program cost at $3,000, it also includes marketing materials, so posters, buttons, T-shirts that would come along with this program, and it's all provided by Sex Discussed here as a team. But we're really excited to bring this here because, again, we feel like these things aren't really covered in depth in health classes in high school, and people, we try to promote sex positivity in our culture because our culture is kind of like very puritanical. Of course, you see a lot of sexualized messages in the media, and sex is everywhere, but you know, there's, if you've heard of slut shaming, people having sex are often shamed for having sex and having pleasure out of that. And so we really want to foster a culture where safe sex is cool, and people know how to navigate that appropriately. So that's what we're requesting. It's the female orgasm, and it's gonna be here April 7th.
Say $975 off campus?
Sorry?
So $975.
$975 off campus to bring them here. $3,000 for the program costs.
So is the on campus.
Yeah.
Any questions?
The only thing I see you running into is when you're trying to get Student Life to probably reimburse these travel costs.
Okay.
Is that, like, I know when you bring a speaker in, we're not allowed to reimburse their travel costs.
We're not allowed to reimburse the travel costs?
So the workaround I could think of for that would be, like, have, if the speakers are these people, have them invoice you for the amount that's covered, you know what I'm saying? Because if you turn in their plane ticket, like, receipts, Student Life's gonna probably take it back.
Okay.
Because that just isn't gonna.
You just use like Google Map and print it out and like how many miles per?
Well, because it's not a student who's traveling. You're
Right.
you're bringing these people in, right?
Yes.
They're the ones you need to cover their travel costs, right? Student Life, you're gonna have trouble with that with Student Life.
Okay. Maybe I could email you or to find out how to work
Yeah.
through that because this is my
you
first time
should
requesting
tell
funds.
you should tell them, you know, hey, we're not gonna be able to cover your travel costs, and then
Okay.
you know, because it's just you're just gonna have issues with it,
Okay.
and you don't want to
That's
be
good to know.
paying $1,000 for them to come, you know what I mean, and then we can't reimburse them or anything
Right.
like that.
But I'm assuming that $3,000 for the actual program cost isn't
On campus, that should be no
going to
problem.
be a big deal. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just travel cost.
Yeah.
Have you used your one-time 250?
I have my 250 that we can put towards that. We were saving that for other C-Surge
Yeah.
events throughout the year.
Yeah.
But worst case scenario, we can add that towards the 975. And we have 2 or 3 months. Maybe we could do some fundraising or look at some funding, other funding sources.
Yeah.
So there's potential outlets there, but that's also good to know.
Yeah.
So
I
just
would
3,000 done.
Get you know, in contact with them and let them know the situation.
Okay.
You know, so then everyone's on the same page,
Okay.
and they're not expecting you to have like a comp ticket when it's not.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Are there any other questions about this event? Any interest in it, or?
I just want to mention,
Yeah.
if worst comes to worst and you find it, you know, a little difficult to come up with some extra, you know, funds, you could just let me know and you could email Harminder and he'll let me know. I'll be happy to collaborate with you and we could come up with a plan
Super
to
cool.
alleviate any of those extra costs.
Yeah, the original plan was to reach out to other departments and organizations and say, hey, how do you feel about partnering for this event, like whether it be financially or just hosting. So the people who I have reached out to, you know, are very excited about it, but as far as being able to find funding sources, they're just, and especially if it's an off-campus cost, that's where it gets sticky. But I'm glad I know this 2 or 3 months beforehand, so I'm pretty confident we can fix it.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the help.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your time. Go ahead and fix it off with this.
Such a good idea.
You did a good job. That was pretty cool. school psychologists. We're asking for the funding basically to help with a trip for 4 of our members in our program and in our organization to go and present at our national conference. The national conference this year has been held in New Orleans, Louisiana. And there are 4 presenters that have already been pre-approved for this topic in the presentations. So what this would really benefit our individual members is for more exposure, networking, and really present some research to basically the rest of the country's programs for school psychology, also collaborating data and other research. The past couple of times that our members have been to this national conference, it brought back some really interesting information, really good contact information that our program has utilized with other facility members across the country and other programs. So it not only benefits our individual members that are going, but also really does benefit the school psychology graduate program here at Cleveland State University. In the past, I know last year we talked about they were able to receive $3,000 in funding. The rules have changed this year, and I recently learned this, where off-campus events are only $2,000. This is okay. We do have a little bit of money left over from our budget this year. However, to help them reach that $3,000 mark, we would need a little bit more than $2,000, so probably close to $2,400 if possible. So that's what we're really asking for. I know the cap is at $2,000, but to really get them going and to help them reach that $3,000 goal, around $2,400 would definitely help. They are receiving funding through our department as well, along with paying out of pocket basically as well. So,
Your event is February 10th through 13th?
yes, it's the 10th to
Okay.
13th.
We have our Senate meeting 1 week from today, so funds wouldn't be until a week after that.
Okay.
So that would be while you're supposed to be in the conference.
Okay.
So is there a way that they get the money earlier for that? Or is it that everything is at
You said
that
next meet is on the 5th, right?
1 week from today?
Yeah.
So they actually can get it by the 8th. So
The 8th?
yeah. by
Okay,
Wednesday.
so if you're going to do your
Process.
event on Wednesday, you
It's
get
like
the money
they
on
can process the
Monday?
same day, can
Okay,
approve it,
yeah.
so
Is that
it's
okay?
Monday.
That'll be fine, yeah. We have already checked ahead with like the hotel and whatnot to see if they will be willing to either get payments after, or partial payment before and partial payment after, just like that's okay, or they can bring basically just like a check to the front desk and pay right then and there. So
Okay, cool.
this would be
Are
okay.
you requesting 3,035?
I requested 3,500. However, after talking with some of the members and understanding that the rules have changed a little bit from last year to this year, we talked it out and said it's okay for 2,400.
Next we can fund 2,000 off campus, right?
Yeah, we can always do, it's kind of.
Yeah.
straight.
You got your 1 times 250 yet, though?
No, that was
You
the other
made a
part.
question,
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
So,
that was just showing.
2,250.
Yeah, yeah.
2250.
Yeah.
2250.
Yeah.
all right, so that's getting us closer to it. So I think that'll be manageable. We're
You
gonna have
guys,
to pay.
can you guys fundraise?
I mean, at this point, it's.
There's a student organization fair next week. You guys want to set up a table, sell some stuff? I mean,
You ask for donations because they can't sell, so you ask for donations.
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
Basically.
bake cookies. Well,
Donations
for
in
free,
return for
donations accepted.
cookies.
Basically selling.
Yeah, it's really sound like, yeah, but okay.
Selling without prices.
Yeah.
So if people want to do that, but you have to turn in an application like a long time ago for that, or for the organization fair.
No, this can do it because
You guys
from
probably still do that on
I'm
Wednesday.
just fiscal to
Yeah,
spend
if you
like.
Okay. All right, then we'll set something up. So,
Yeah.
so all right.
Any more questions? Thank you so much.
I would recommend, even before the money is really in your account,
Yeah.
fill out your financial requisition ASAP. You know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
because even if that's like in there,
Mhm.
if you're supposed to have it in 15 days before you leave, so
Okay.
even if the money shows up, 3 days, they wanted to see that point in. Because then they can sit on it. As soon as the money shows up, then it can get approved.
Okay.
Opposed to the money showing up, you fill out your form, that could be like,
That process will take a while.
yeah, I would just do your financial requisition ASAP.
Okay.
Only 4 people are going?
Only 4 people are going, yes.
But they're presenting, so
Yeah.
it's kind of tricky.
Yeah, yeah,
What's the topic?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know how much you know about school psychology and whatnot, but there are actually 2 different presentations going on. The first one is with a single member school psychologist as data facilitators, what helps, what hinders, and really in our profession, it's very hard to distinguish the two. Someone can present a really good idea, and then you bring it back to the school and go, well, what do I do with this program now? So it's really important to distinguish what is helpful and what's not. And then the second one is combining antecedent and consequence interventions to maximize oral reading fluency. So very important, especially in first grade through third grade, really measuring oral reading fluency, and that's kind of a determining factor of reading levels later on. Yeah, so that's what do you need to talk about?
List is fine.
Okay, great, yeah.
Thank you so
That's
much.
what I need for this. Thank you so much for saying that.
No problem.
Well, they asked for money before,
Well, I know, but that's the only thing.
so they're probably asking more and more.
Well, they can't get it.
Oh, this is the
What?
You know what I'm saying?
I felt or something like that.
Go ahead.
That's what I thought it was.
Hey, this is the second last page from your packet, second last. The Omega. 5.
So it's the draft lunchtime.
That was it. What about the cross ones?
They're not here, so
Okay.
skip them.
Okay, they only have that 250 anyway, so they're probably
No, actually, they already got 250, but they requested again 250, so they come to here.
Oh, okay.
There, Hanson? Through the cross?
Yeah.
No, Purvis is Omega.
Okay.
The cross. Whatever.
No, I'm just asking.
Okay, so go ahead. You guys, they are the 510 people.
Okay.
5:10.
15?
510. I mean, the time 510. I mean,
Oh.
you're right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Everything except is on schedule. All set?
Okay. How you doing? My name is Gregory Joyce. I'm the president of Omega Psi Phi fraternity here on Cleveland State University's campus. So I'm requesting $1,500 for the programs that we have going on this semester. I believe that I sent you all my calendar. I don't usually have it, but in February we're having study tables the 3rd and the 21st. We're also having a basketball game that we're collaborating with the Black Studies Department. Most of the money that we're asking for over our calendar in general is really just for refreshments and from some materials that we'll need. We're having a safe sex event. We're already partnered with Trojan, so we really don't have to pay for some of the condos, but some of them we'll be purchasing, because we're trying to have a bigger event and try to partner with TKE also. We're having our Greek Week, April 11th through the 16th. We're having like I said, our safe sex event, talent show, and we're trying to have a block party in either the atrium or outside in between the library and the student center. The main reason, well, most of the money would be for this event would be going toward the DJ for raffles that we would have, and also for prizes for the talent show that we would have during that week.
And they're all at CSU?
Yes.
So you asking 1,500, right, girl?
Yes.
Is this the Halo for Hoops?
No, it's the event through, I don't know the Halos for Hoops event.
Okay.
Was open to CHU students?
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember the,
right?
Yes.
We're technically not allowed to fund prize. So how much money are you getting? Like, were you gonna buy like an iPad or like something expensive or?
I was thinking more like gift cards and along those lines.
Yeah, we're not really allowed to fund those.
Okay, would I be allowed to purchase
If you
prizes and give them and raffle them off, or?
On your own?
Well, I can't use CSU funding for that.
Well,
Did you get your one-time
Okay.
250 though?
Excuse me?
Your one-time 250 organization, every organization gets?
Yes, I got it in full.
Okay.
And we were using that for flyers.
Let me say one thing. Only for 60 organizations can give 150.
Okay.
We already funded over 50, so
Okay.
I have 10 more requests, so most likely he can get in or not.
You said you already got it.
You got it?
Yeah, we got it from,
We
I
can
believe,
still add
from last semester.
one-time 254 like we did before.
You guys want to do it? We can do it as I'm just saying.
Yeah, so how much were you budgeting for that?
For the price and stuff.
1,500, because I don't think.
I Well, I budgeted out about 500 because it was for the talent show. We were at first place, second place, third place.
Everything else good on the paper, so I will email you and let you know.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Hey, forgot, I gotta make an announcement with the Culture in Action. Jamie Johnson was talking about it. They're not actually using the SGM money to have their event, so we could ask them a question, are they really using the money or not?
They haven't been using
They
it
haven't
already?
been, it's according to Jamie Johnston.
Okay.
So we gotta ask them all these questions, are they gonna?
Alright, they're not next, they're after.
They're not next, they're after.
Sounds good.
So who's gonna be back out there, Coach?
Well, I've been back up already, so yeah, I've already been back up. No one's gonna expect it from the.
Yeah, I got it.
You guys need to make
Probably like, how's this going? Does she know that she's out?
What time?
I don't think that.
4:07?
So
Well, so
they're probably not.
we're ahead of schedule, that's nice.
You're gonna be good.
Seems to be
She's
the
like-
cute disciplinaries in the front.
I am a nice person, guys.
I just sometimes I'm really like, sometimes. Oh, we were talking about earlier.
The occupation derby is not here, so next is Culture in Action.
All right.
Hi everyone, I'm Pakriti. I am the Vice President of Culture in Action.
And I'm Andrew Warner, I'm the president of Culture in Action. And we're requesting funding for our Lunch and Learns. Our Lunch and Learns are events that we host with the Office of Inclusion and Multicultural Engagement. And what we do is we host workshops for, one of them is actually to get more involved with student government, how to take notes on tests, how to study, in study groups, and then getting more involved in the community and life skills like how to do your taxes, how to go to Campus 411 and stuff like that. And we're requesting funding for food that we can give the students because it's during Common Hour, and that can be kind of a way to draw on the students. Say, come up here, we'll give you food, listen how to take notes for an exam, and then we'll also give out gift baskets, and the gift baskets contain stuff like journals, agendas, planners, where to keep stuff, keep track of all your notes and stuff like that.
So basically what Lunch and Learns are is like their 15 minutes presentation and their student-led presentations like with the navigators like us. So we give the presentation on diverse topics like academics and like professional development and a bunch of the topics that Annie just mentioned.
Is this a student organization event or a campus department event?
It's a student organization. We do it as student because it's student-led, like we invite people.
So the name of your organization is
Culture in Action. So it would be done by
So
Culture.
you guys are doing the event, right?
Yes.
Not
Okay,
student
so
life or anything else?
No. The gift baskets, are those like giveaways to people?
Yes.
Okay, technically we're not allowed to fund prize giveaways or else, like we had the last guy come in asking for talent show giveaways, so we can't really fund giveaways, so if that's something you guys want to fundraise on your own.
Okay.
I would just make sure you're promoting these events for people to come, especially if you're getting all this money for food to get people in there, just because we don't want to be funding a ton of food just for
Wait, so it's open to
people,
all
it's just in your
CSU people, right?
organization. We want to make sure it's open to everyone.
We have been doing these Lunch and Learns for about a year now.
Uh-huh.
So we usually post it on OrgSync and then it goes on the Student Life calendar too. So whenever
And
we do this.
we also go around the student center, community, the commuter lounge, and we pass out flyers and tell people
A lot of people they coming?
We usually get
Yeah, like I'm the one who
high
does
in
the.
high in 20s to sometimes 40 people.
Okay.
And this is on campus.
It's in Roadster 12.
And what is your current balance as of now? Is it possible for you to email the treasurer and share it out?
Sure.
Before Monday.
Before Monday?
Yeah.
You guys have my email?
The SGA treasurer.
I think I emailed you.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds good, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The next is Chinese Association.
You said soda is not.
So,
They're not coming?
the soda, they requested 252 times, so I don't know, they did it by mistake or that's
She
what
might
I
have each semester.
they thought by semester.
I don't have it though.
You're restricted.
From student scouts.
The next one is the Chinese, so do you have the Chinese one?
Yeah,
Okay.
oh, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
No chirp? What? What? Is the no chirp sound? He's mad over here. All finance, official finance.
Hello. We're Chinese Student Scholars Association. We applied the fund for Chinese New Year celebration, $1,200 last semester. But we used $900 for International Education Day. I think I talked with Tyler and.
Yeah, you talked about it before.
Yeah.
So is this $900 for Chinese New Year?
Yes.
Okay.
So what's your account balance right now?
Huh?
How much money you have in your account?
My account now, 2,750.
You have it in your account? How much money?
Yes, for all the whole semester, for whole year.
Do you have events planned to use that money for?
Yes, we plan every.
Okay, so technically that money's already used up on other things.
Yes.
2,000 is in your balance right now, right?
Yes.
In your account.
Yeah.
So hasn't been used, right?
Oh, not yet, because we have other activities upcoming this.
2,000?
Yeah. The 2,075. And another thing, we have I applied money, $800, and I think you approved, but it's deferred. I don't know why.
No, but I have to wait for Jamie Johnson to reply to me, because she has to approve that before I approve it. She
Okay.
didn't approve that request.
Also, but it's still deferred from last semester to now, till now.
See,
So the food that you're bringing for this, event, it's off campus?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys need to get that approved by CSU Catering.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as you know.
when is your event? February 13th?
Yeah, February 13th.
Did you guys submit the forms yet?
Yes, yes, we did.
To campus catering?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did both. This is our new treasurer, Jia Yuexie. She already observed the event recreation and financial recreation, and also the president, Zhi Yang.
Catering center already get those documents and like insurance. We are asking like some extra like insurance documents, and I will get like a waiver like next Monday.
Yeah.
For catering?
Yeah, we are in the process of get the waiver.
Yeah, they already got those documents. And they already accepted one of the restaurant already. We're still waiting for another.
Yeah, we have two restaurants. We have food from two different restaurants. Yeah, it's a very big celebration, and you are welcome. Everyone is welcome to our celebration.
We have a lot of different, a lot of performance on the celebration.
And the food is delivered, very delicious.
Yeah,
and
your
also.
food was good from internet.
Oh yeah, welcome. Everybody is welcome.
Alright, sounds good.
Anyone has questions?
So basically, this is $900 because you spent money for the International Day. You had the money, but then you went over budget, so you need more, basically.
Yes.
That's fine.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay,
I
thank
will
you.
email you.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's a 5-minute break. We had a schedule.
Yeah, look at us being ahead of schedule.
Most time.
It only took us one semester.
We got it together.
Oh,
We got it
remember
back
the
on
first
track,
time?
you know?
Oh my god, that was so bad. I don't want to even think about
Take a
it.
break 5 minutes.
That was great. Is there anyone here?
Hey,
Hey guys, what
Hey,
up?
Jim.
Hey, how are you guys?
We're ahead of schedule. This is like the first.
Oh my
I
god,
know.
we have 5 minutes to ourselves. I just wanted to touch base and see how you guys are doing and making sure that you didn't need me.
You're doing it. I like the little notes you put up
Yeah.
there. It helps a lot.
Oh,
Asking
good.
the little questions.
Yeah, I just thought that one is really bugging me, and I don't know if you've heard
Was it the
them
call to
yet.
action one?
Yes.
They were just here
Okay.
like 10 minutes ago.
They asked,
she didn't know that there were balance in their account, but she's gonna email it to Harinder.
Okay.
But she said that they get like 40 people to these events, but I told them to get baskets,
And
her prizes were off.
Yeah, and then they said, you will put on this little side note if it's like a department event or organization. They said it's an organization.
Okay. We'll have to keep that in like our back pocket, because if they come back for more money, or if any of us happen to go to the event, to see who's mainly running it.
Right, I told them to make sure that they were promoting it, they said they were, and so they get 40 people.
Is your concern that it's like IMEs basically?
Yeah,
doing
that
this and using-
they don't have the funding for the event, so they latch on to a student organization, because every year it seems to be a new student organization that's just started up that's doing these lunch and learns.
Fishy.
Yeah, because like last year, I think they even like partnered with the Belly Dancer Association. It's like, why is the Belly Dancer
Well, no one probably
Association doing a
commented
lunch and
on
learn?
different people asking.
Yeah.
So, just want to make sure that the money is going to students.
Right.
Last year, actually, we were doing
All of them?
No.
It's warm in here, huh?
I could see.
Cool. Will you guys need anything else? I'm glad that the notes showed up. I didn't know if they would show up for all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Will you all keep ahead of schedule and have a good weekend?
Me too.
It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, like 40 degrees.
It's supposed to be nice, 40.
I know. I'm a runner, so I
That
was
is my
looking
thought.
forward to hopefully running outside.
Right. At least it's not below 3. It was last night was really weird, because I got on, it was like 39, and I got home and it was like snowing, so it dropped like 10 degrees.
Oh, I walked to Mather today and I thought, oh, it's supposed to be warmer outside. That wind is terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good luck, you guys. Have a
Yeah,
good weekend.
Salvador's not here, so we can skip that.
The secular?
Yeah, they're not here.
Okay. So who's in?
So this is the next American Society of Civil Engineering. They put them on side. If they're here, we can call them in.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to Savannah.
I saw her, she was giving a tour.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Can I start? Alright. I'm with the American Society of Civil Engineers. I'm the treasurer, and we've requested money to gain funding for our event for Ohio Valley Student Competition. It's a conference, but it's an engineering competition. We have like concrete canoes, steel bridge, and then there's other smaller ones like a geotech competition, Balswood Bridge, and surveying, and a couple others. But we need money for travel, hotels, and the registration fee. And we also would like t-shirts, so we could actually look like a team when we go. And I actually have, it's at the same place it was last year. It was at Cincinnati. Cincinnati hosted it last year, now Cincinnati State's hosting it, but they're using the same event center. So actually we have like an exact what it cost last year, and we're expecting the same amount of students generally. If you want to look at it here,
How many people are going?
We had 18, I think, last year, was it? And we're expecting about that many, maybe a couple more. And also in there is our quote for the t-shirts. So we actually have like a pretty good understanding of what we need and what to expect.
How many people are you sending? Oh, I'm sorry.
So you guys are driving to Cincinnati?
Yes.
Okay.
4,000.
We're technically only allowed to fund up to $2,000 for on-campus activities and $3,000 for on-campus.
Alright.
So do you guys have any money in your account right now, or do you guys have any way of fundraising before April 1st?
We can. We haven't really looked into that as much yet. This is our first attempt to get funding, so.
Yeah, because you're gonna need a good chunk.
Alright.
So we can only really do 2,000. That's what we set for our organization. So it's kind of be.
So since your event is in March, okay, so what you can do is, our next funding hearing is in February. You can ask for $250, and we did a one-time $250 for the whole year, and that way you'll have like $2,250.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you can do that, and then do bake sales or something like that to raise some more money.
Also, if we find out that we can do collab off campus, then we can collaborate with you, give you collaboration funds. But the only strings attached to that is, let's say for your t-shirts and merchandise and stuff, you have to have SGA logos on it also. For that. But that's, first we need to double check if we can do that for off-campus events. So
basically take care of everything you can, is like she said, the big sales and things like that. And then we'll have Render email you and let you know, and then I'll be able to work with you on that and see if we get a collaboration going. And like Matt said, all you have to do is just add, slap SGA logos on everything you can, and that's it.
Right. Sound good to me?
Yeah.
Do you
And
need
so,
these?
Yes, please. This is for the competition, if you wanna,
Okay.
that's what the competition entails and everything.
so we're trying to get I noticed 1,000-year funding is travel expenses. If you're driving, it sounds like. So
Yeah.
you're trying to like get money to reimburse gas, or were you going to
Yeah.
try to like rent a van and go? Or?
I believe, can we get the gas money, is that another department, do they do that?
I mean, you can use money to reimburse, but again, it's capped off at 2,000. So my advice would be is just like, is there a way you guys can just carpool and just try to like chip all in for gas money? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
if it
kind
comes to it, because that is pretty substantial, 1,000.
Worst case scenario,
Worst
that was
case
my plan, so.
Right, I figured.
I figured I'd ask for as much as possible
Yeah,
and.
you're doing it right.
Alright, thank you so much for.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're done with that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've driven down. We
had
had
to
Edmonton,
we gotta wait now. Nobody's outside.
Yeah.
so it's like, it's got a car. More expensive than others, like $100. It's cheaper just to grab one. I mean, I don't want gas for it, I'm saying, as far as all the expenses go, you know.
Wonder who's next?
Hey,
Society of Automotive, unless SSA.
no, just wait like 5 minutes. Okay, let's take a break.
Why did you break? Let's go.
Man, need a break in the shower.
No, we don't. We want to.
Can I just get a break from you guys' talking for a second?
I need a break from looking.
Dude, I walked into the skin department office today and there were so many people around and everyone was like, well, it's just like, it can be so overwhelming. I usually do my office hours on Saturday when no one's there because I just like go in. And it's like, you guys next, and you know what I mean? It's just funny, we walk in, it's funny when we walk into student government and it's like, there's like 11 people there and everybody's like, trying to like talk to you. It's like, I can't focus.
Keep in mind, this is a collab event.
It is the collab event.
Yep.
Who are they?
The automotive engineer.
How are you guys doing today?
Great, how are you?
Pretty good. Coupled up on there. Alright guys, so what we try to do is just get real quick, throw a logo on the car, show you, I mean, we probably wouldn't make it that big, unfortunately, but something like that, here you go, someone could go ahead and just like move the car around, you could like touch the screen and drag and everything.
Can I get one of these?
Like a car? We're gonna need some more money for building 2 cars.
Can I get a pink one? You can have whatever you want. Yes, I
So basically, like, we just want to show you that we can throw the logo anywhere on the car, end up looking something like that. So, you want to take it away?
So we're going to be having an event on campus to show the collaboration between SGA and SAE. We'll have the car there, hopefully it should be built by then.
Will be built by then?
Yeah. We'll have a little party and everything. It's like a pep rally. It's a week before our first competition, so we're heading over to Tennessee, am I correct?
Tennessee is the first competition, so we're going to California in May.
So we're going to be educating all the students about what we do there, who we are, what the competition is going to be like. Maybe even recruit some new people. This SAE said it's Society of Automotive Engineers, but this program is relevant to other disciplines, including marketing and business.
We have a lot of stuff that we have to do that's not essentially building or racing the car. We have to obviously raise the funds to build it. We have to kind of document everything. And one of the parts of the competition is showing that you can build a cost-effective car. So if we could do this, if we could make a car that performs well and also does not cost as much money as say Cornell would have spent on the car, that's also something that's like if we could cut down costs anywhere, that helps us in our scoring. So any kind of help we could get, like you're saying from a business major, something like that.
Finance, that's perfect.
Absolutely.
So it's not just limited to engineering majors. all majors are more than welcome to join. So that's basically it. We requested 6,000, and that using that money, we were gonna throw, you know, a pretty big pack rally, try to get as many people involved as we possibly can. Make our name known throughout the school. For a while, I mean, I had no idea that this group even existed. I found out through an event that they hosted, so we're hoping that we can attract more people that way, and that's kind of why we're here today, to see if we can collaborate with SGA, get our name out there, and then get your name out there as well.
Why is there room rental fee?
Room rental fees, we had that in there as a safety, because we weren't really sure if we had to pay to rent anything in the school. I don't think you do, so.
You just have to submit a presentation.
Right, so we worked that in to where if we didn't have to, we would use that money you know, transfer into the other sections. Like more giveaway things for, like with SJE or SAE logos on there. More obviously food and drink, and then the rentals, the party, you know, whatever we're gonna throw there.
Of course, the car has to be built also for that, and then we can use funds for that to get the car built in time for this event to make sure that it's running popular.
There is a small group of us.
Do we have?
You have 1,300 for room rental.
Oh, that wasn't in relation to the room rental.
Oh, okay.
Just in case, yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
We left that aside for room rental, but if, I mean, we found out that you shouldn't really have to use, or, you know, money to rent the room, so we're gonna use that in other areas of the event.
I was gonna say, how much did you guys, I know we spoke last semester, we started discussing things last semester, did you guys get a chance to fundraise at all?
We have fundraised, we have an event this weekend.
Okay.
We had one last year, just before we spoke actually.
Good.
So we have been raising money, we're doing sponsorships and things like that also. And then there's more fundraisers scheduled throughout the coming year.
Did we give you guys money last semester? Like,
Yeah,
how
we
much
gave
did
them
collect?
$4,000.
4?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
But that was the 5,000 limit, so they want to call it, but that's different.
Right.
Yeah. Total separate bill.
The 4,000 helped a lot, but obviously our expenses, it's at least 6,000 low just to build the car. And then we have, the trip to California is gonna cost about 15,000, all in, including the fees to register, lodging for everybody, and transport. And the Tennessee trip's gonna cost about 8,000. So, you know, anything we can possibly get really helps the cost.
So you guys have like special attire for this event for the members, or?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Do you guys by any chance have anything SGA related on those?
On the current shirts?
T-shirt, you gotta put SGA logo.
Yeah,
Right,
you guys can,
Okay.
And that's really
good.
about it,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And then obviously the car will also have.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
to be
Yeah, it
honest
looks good.
with you.
And I
But
just want a
it is like
t-shirt.
You should pop some wheelies on the courtyard and say.
I wish we could. It's not fast enough for that.
I was walking to the engineering building and I saw your guys' bulletin board and I saw one of the cars you guys built like doing like a wheelie. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
that is
well,
awesome.
different story. The car would just like stand up on the back tires. You could just like leave it there and it would just kind of stand up on its own. It wasn't that cool. It wasn't pulling a wheelie.
Okay.
We wish it
The
was.
picture makes it look a lot cooler than it actually was.
Yeah, okay.
Are we all good?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you guys.
Thanks for bringing
Thank
it
you
in.
guys
Thank
so
you very much. Take care, have a good weekend.
There you go, everybody.
That's what they just said.
They said they need finance.
Fire break?
I don't want to be an engineer,
Don't worry, you get the money back.
It's okay. His name's on the request. We can be like his logo. So you can
How do you pronounce it?
like Johnny.
Oh, my bad.
How do you pronounce it? Johnny?
I was looking at the next one.
Okay, they are the secular SSA. They are the SSA, this one. The one who's here.
I see triple numbers. Last time they always requested like 50, like 20.
We told you we were saving up for spring semester. All right, so I'm Patricia Concepcion. We're here on behalf of Secular Student Alliance, as you already know. I'm the president.
I'm Scott Britton, I'm the secretary.
Okay, so as you can see on your little sheets here, we just have some statistics on there. So roughly 1/3 of all millennials are religiously unaffiliated. So at CSU, as a tour guide, I know that we like to pride ourselves on, reaching out and having a lot of student organizations. So it's unique that Secular Student Alliance is the only club on our campus that caters to secular students. There used to be nonprofits a few years ago, but unfortunately they fizzled out when their leaders graduated. So they were all 4 seniors, and then once they graduated, they had no new officers to come in and fill their spots. So a lot of us are moving on, so we are nervous about that happening to our club too, especially since we put so much time and energy into it to build it up to what it is now. So right here, we're trying to get some new ways to promote SSA so we can get those new leaders by getting new members and getting our name out there.
One way that we're trying to get new members for our organization is to hold an event with a speaker. It's a way to reach out to the whole CSU community and also other secular groups in the Cleveland area. This semester we're holding an event with Teddy Preacher Man Nugent on March 31st. He does a comedy monologue where he shares his story of how he went from being a Christian preacher to an atheist. For this event we're asking for $750 for Teddy Nugent's honorarium. We're going to be raising our own funds for his transportation and lodging costs. And then we're asking for $150 for food and refreshments provided by CSU Catering. For the catering, we're going to be opting to pick it up as opposed to having it delivered, so that way we could save some money. The $150 includes $22.50 for 15 bottles of water, $8 a piece for a gallon of lemonade and a gallon of iced tea, $27.95 for the deluxe sandwich platter, $33.95 for tea sandwich platter, $33.95 for fruit platter, and $15.60 for 26 half-ounce bags of chips and pretzels. This amount of food is appropriate for around 50 people, and we're expecting around 50 to 60 people for the event.
Okay, and then so returning back to the leadership, SSA, the national branch, is actually located in Columbus, Ohio, so that's very convenient for us. Every year in the summer they throw SSA Con, so this summer we have SSA Con 2016. They throw all kinds of leadership workshops and events down there, so we're requesting some money to send our members down there to get them prepared for the roles that we want them to fill so our club can continue on. So down there they would learn about expanding your club, throwing bigger on-campus events. The speaker is the biggest on-campus event that we've done so far, and really we've just started feeling comfortable doing that now. So we think if we send our new members down there to sort of learn about this stuff, they might feel more comfortable to come and throw bigger events more frequently. We also, CSU's SSA, we've been really getting recognized within the national SSA, so we really want to be represented there. People are coming from all over the nation, all the California groups are flying out to Columbus too. So since we're so close, I feel like it would almost be embarrassing if we're not represented down there at OSU. So we have $950 for 2 student packages, and that's 5 students each. And then right there it breaks it down, it's $475 for each student package. $49 for 1 group advisor package, and then $50 for the fuel for traveling. We did the math and it's 500 miles total from CSU to OSU and back for 2 cars. So we felt like that would cover the gas over the summer. So our total is $1,950 for these 2 events. And we really feel like we've deserved this. In the past, all the funding that we've been given has been used appropriately. But thank you for considering us today. Are there any questions?
So the $750 goes towards what exactly? So you said that you guys are going to try to fund him lodging and travel costs.
The $750 is an honorarium which speakers charge for their service, and then the traveling costs, from what I understand, we're not allowed to get money for traveling costs, so we have to raise that separately for him to fly in and stay at a hotel and everything. So, yeah.
And then for the SSA conference, it says you don't require hotel accommodations, so where are you based in?
It's in the dorms down there at OSU, so the student group package, it includes all of that already.
It'll be 10 people total though?
Yeah,
total, we feel like we have 4 officers. We feel like sending 10 people would be enough to supply SSA with at least 2 generations of officers to get in so they have time to have experience.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
We're going to stay here till 5:15. Because if that comes here at 5:15 and we're not here, it's just like that.
Well, it's 4:35 right now.
So we don't have to rush through this. We'll take a nap.
It's only like a half hour.
Why don't these seats go back?
The last group is.
That's a Sigma.
Oh, yeah.
Good afternoon, evening. I'm Shahida Muhammad, member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. And I'm not really sure, this is the first time I think I've done this, maybe the second time. So we were requesting money to attend the 76th Regional Conference in St. Louis. I guess the purpose of the conference is for us to attend developmental workshops, teach us how to better organize stuff within our organization and conduct meetings, and it's a really big networking opportunity. So there's 13 different states that consist of the central region, and they'll all be attending the conference.
How many of you were going?
2. So we originally requested the 882, but it'll be double that, so 1764. So that
So
2
how
of
much
us
you guys
will be
requesting? $882 you can use from SG?
Times 2.
Right, times 2, so it'll be 1,764.
Is this charter bus taking other chapters? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's like all of the chapters in this general area were, I guess I'm not really sure how the buses are set up, but it's more, the bus is taking more than just the Cleveland State chapter.
So the ticket for the 240 will go for each individual.
Right, so the breakdown would be, it would be the 2 registration fees, that $295 will be times 2, right? And then the room rental, I'm assuming the room rental,
Probably stay.
yeah, will probably stay the same because it's 2 beds in a room. And then the travel expense would double.
Okay.
Minus 447.
13, 17. No, not
So,
that.
so $1,317, right?
Is that what you feel comfortable with?
I think that's enough.
Do you think that's enough? Or would you rather just
That's
do,
the bare minimum.
would you rather, because you have, since it's off campus, your maximum is 2,000 off campus.
So do you want to do like 1,500 just so you
Yeah,
don't
just in
just
case.
to be even, yeah.
Okay.
Because there might be tax on the room.
Right, okay. Thank you.
Or just in case you have to, you guys decide to do 2 rooms.
Okay.
That's $447 for 3 nights?
Yeah. Since the conference is from the 5th to the 6th, but we will only be there for 3 nights.
Okay, so.
But the 447 is for the 3 nights.
Right.
Okay, I was gonna say it's not 447.
No,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
It's like 140 a night or something like that, and then they add the tax.
I see.
So you're going to be in the penthouse for that.
Basically, yeah. I didn't realize hotel tax was 16%.
Say what?
Hotel tax is 16%.
16?
Where are you staying?
In St. Louis.
Yeah. I mean, even here, I was at a hotel here on New Year's, and they were taxing 16% of the.
Oh, okay.
So, you
Alright.
guys want $1,317?
Rounding it up to 1,500.
Okay.
We will discuss and let you guys know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
very
for your time.
No problem.
Kevin? 1 second.
love these guys.
They requested $800, we gave them $1,500.
Hey, that's too much money we're giving up.
Yes, someone asked in the Senate meeting, I see it's 60, why did you give 65?
But then I explained
I
that.
was like, how did someone catch that?
Learn Chinese by
Everyone
divided by
is telling me that someone like,
Wait,
they
I was
first
like,
came for our
that's
minus
not
was
right.
like, you really worried about that much?
That's not right. Something wrong.
We should have to get
Something wrong. Something wrong.
There you go. She should have said that like 5 minutes ago.
There's something wrong. You just said that to the Chinese people. The real ones.
What? No. My sister told me this.
Hey, nobody's here, so they are the Arab Eastern Union. They are the second last.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, I know.
I love
So since they're here, so we can get early,
Alright.
right? Is everyone cool with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Move on to.
Sorry, I ran out.
All good?
Yep.
Alright. Good.
Alright. Hello guys, my name is Bahat Falwa and I'm the president of AREB Student Union. We welcome all students and would encourage you all to attend our meetings and events. We try to break the walls between cultures through our educational and fun events. Our goal is to educate the community at CSU about our culture and traditions. So my treasurer didn't know too much about she didn't break down the budget when she requested the funding, but I have all the information for you guys here.
Okay.
So we requested $5,000 and they'd be mostly going towards our events. Our first event would be a movie night. That's going to be around $500 because we're going to be buying the movies, the snacks, and the drinks and stuff. And then our next one would be volleyball night, and that's going to be costing us next to nothing because we hope that the rec center will provide us with all the equipment we need. And then our next event is Coffee Talks. This one's going to be $500. The reason why we requested that amount is because Arabian coffee and their sweets could be pretty pricey, and since CSU doesn't offer it, we're going to have to get it from outside vendors. And then our last event, which would be the biggest event, is our Spring 2016 Hafla, and we're requesting about $3,000 for that. And the reason why we're requesting that much is because we're going to need to buy educational items, we're going to need to get entertainment, food, and the food's going to be the most expensive part because CSU doesn't really offer any of our culture foods. And we're going to need to buy a DJ and decorations. And all of our events are going to be open to everybody, so we're welcoming all of CSU students to attend them all. And then the remaining money will be used for shirts to promote our club, and that's about it. You guys have any questions?
No, it's not an event. It's every
How many
separate.
members do you guys have?
Members, well, the board is consisted of 4. And our members so far, we have around like 100 to 150. But we're trying to widen our base to more students. Our last event in the fall, we had a good 200 turnout, 200 people turn out.
I was there, it was a really good.
Was that party? Other than
Yeah.
the dudes? I loved it.
Yeah.
You guys so much fun.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, Mo taught me how to dance, but that my back, yeah. That was
We're gonna try to do something like
yeah, my
that.
back like really hurt. It's like you guys, like, okay, got it.
So did you guys, I would use your one-time
Our what?
Your one-time
No, this is the first time we're requesting funding this semester. We were too late last semester because it took us a while to start up because we're like a new board, so we were still figuring out the ropes and stuff.
So in your events are in March? Yeah. When are they?
We're gonna try to start coffee talks as soon as we can, movie nights as soon as we can, volleyball nights as soon as we can, and coffee nights.
Okay.
And then our event usually is gonna be either before finals week or a week before finals week or 2 weeks before finals week, before it gets hectic.
So it does, I mean, when you break it down, you requested 500 for movie night and 500 for coffee talks?
400 to 500 for coffee talks.
What do you mean by coffee talk?
Coffee talks, we're going to be talking about current events that the AREB culture faces. We're going to also answer questions to people that don't know too much about our culture. And yeah, that's about it. And then if anybody else would like to.
Because you requested 5,000, but right now.
No, it's
breakdown.
500, 3,000.
Oh, well, then for shirts?
Yeah, 1,000 for shirts, because I have 100 already.
Yeah, everybody at CSU is welcome to come. We're gonna be yeah, we're gonna be advertising for everybody to come.
It's not a meeting, right? Coffee
The
talk?
Coffee Talks is it's like a meeting, but it's not just for the club. It's for everybody to come to.
It's an open meeting.
It's an open meeting basically, so everybody can raise concerns, issues. We're gonna discuss current events
So
and
basically, if you want to learn about the agriculture.
yeah, you come to the Coffee Talks, and we're gonna have ethnic sweets and ethnic coffee.
Where's that being held?
That we started looking for a location. I know our movies. We're trying to get them at Fenn Tower.
That's a good question.
Yeah, and then we could try, like, we're trying to do the atrium for the best spot for our Coffee Talks because it's like the setting of it is kind of like an Arabian Nights. I don't know how to
So,
explain
if you do that, then that would be okay.
Yeah.
Just advertise for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to fund meetings. like
Yeah,
food and stuff.
yeah, that's more of an event thing.
Yeah, okay.
We're not allowed to fund closed
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an open event to everybody.
meeting, but it's the same thing.
Thank you so much. We will give it.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Hey, technically, we have to wait till 5:15. We can't leave early.
Okay, I think Paul's out
Yeah,
there.
Paul's out here.
No, all is for the last Sigma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one else is out there.
I know, I'm just saying.
Who are we waiting for?
Ski club, physics, SIGEP, human resources. We still don't want to join.
Did you think
So
that
yeah.
Paul has a fraternity rapper?
Rapper?
Yeah,
We have an official rapper.
they do.
Who
He's
does?
from St. Louis.
Hello. We're trying to get in here and Harinder is bullshitting. Okay.
Oh, you're being
You're
recorded?
live.
Oh, you're on camera.
Huh?
You're last, so wait outside.
Why are you waiting? I know.
Ski club.
Parker's here.
Parker's not allowed in
Hi,
here.
how are you guys?
Good, you guys?
You guys happy there's finally snow on the ground?
Yes, I'm very happy. Okay, so we have a few flyers.
Yeah,
they're dated November 15th, but.
That's okay, we can share. You have to wait for the treasurer and a couple other things.
Make sure.
Yeah, it's not November 13th.
Yeah, I was inside of like a 3-month coma, so.
Okay, go ahead.
So when's the event? When is it?
It's no specific
It's
event.
today's date. It's supposed to be today's date.
Oh, okay.
So whenever there's snow on the ground, you'd be like, let's go.
Kind of like to the weather the weekend.
Yeah, actually, what we currently do is we go every Saturday to Peak and Peak in New York. But what we're applying for now, this money is going to be used for our spring trip, which we're planning on either going to Whiteface, which is in New York, which is the second largest mountain in the country as far as skiing is concerned, or going out west. We're going to have a vote at the next meeting. So that's what this money is going to be used for. It's going to be going towards lodging, lift tickets, and depending on the number of people, food. If there's several people, we're not going to cover food. We wouldn't have enough, obviously, but
Yeah, I didn't put the white face one on there because I actually forgot about it, so that was just photo my part.
Okay, so it says 510 here, but you're asking for 1490.
No, they're asking for 510 to ski club.
It's not asking, no.
Oh, it has
Oh,
a budget.
yeah,
So you have
see-
1490 in your account right
See,
now.
what happened was I just kind of was rushing because it was today. So, like, I kind of, like, used the one from last time
Oh, okay.
for this one. And
That's okay, so
I
you're just
didn't
asking for
know.
510.
yeah,
Okay.
I
How
didn't
much-
know that there was.
How much money in your account?
we have 1490 minus 600, and then let's see,
So that's
30.
what,
800 something?
You guys have done a lot of fundraising too. I know I see you guys
Yeah.
out at the student center.
Yeah.
How
So
much money have we given you guys?
1490.
1490?
Mhm.
Okay, and that's all been, okay, so it's all off campus.
And then 510
Right.
bring up to 2,000.
Got it.
You
Alright.
know, unless they like somehow make Hill on campus, which would be amazing. I mean,
You currently have 890 in your account?
Right.
Probably go over 5,000.
When
What do you use
that?
that?
That is partially for transportation, for our weekly trips, and a little bit left over from our winter trip, which we didn't need another hotel room, so we cut one off of that. So we'll actually use that for the spring trip then.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much for your time, and I will email you next year.
Okay, thank you.
Good idea. And the next one is the big packet, the staple packet.
They're here?
Yeah. We got Society of Physics. Correct. Yeah.
Matt Walsh.
Hello, sir.
No favoritism?
No favoritism. Damn. Okay.
Alright. What's the staple packet, guys, again?
Yeah, I have the same program. I'm just going to go through the order with you guys. So the top one is the catapult contest, which is the most expensive. So the catapult contest, we've hosted every year here for the past 3 years. Hopefully this year will be the fourth. We always did it as a collaboration with you guys. We would recruit engineering teams, and they would construct a catapult, and they would compete against each other. Full-scale catapults that could throw watermelons a few hundred feet. It's awesome. The way we would do it is that first expense, right? I'm sorry, there's catering there. When people are there, we want to feed them. We usually get a bunch of burgers because we're going to have it outdoors on one of the practice fields by Chrysler Field. We usually get a good amount, about 50 people, so I requested food for 50 people. For catapult funding, the way we do it is when we recruit teams to build a catapult, we tell them that we can fund them up to $250. The way it works is they save the receipts for their expenses. They give us the receipts, and then we reimburse them for what they bought for the catapult. Granted, they build the catapult. So even if they don't win the contest, they still have like free catapult that they constructed, which is pretty nice, and it really engages students to join. Room rental, we always get a giant tent just in case it rains and to cover all the food. It's usually about $600 we get through conference services. Watermelons, the groups buy the watermelons separate from their catapult parts, and we just throw the money there so that way we can cover the expenses for that as well. It usually comes to about $15 worth of watermelons per team, because that's what they'll be launching. Every year we make t-shirts to advertise the contest, and we give them out to people that come here. They're about $6 a shirt, so for 50 people that would be $300. For prizes, the way we would do it, if a team's competing as a student organization, if they win one of our competitions, we give them $150 discretionary funds into their account. If they're a non-student organization team, it's an independent team, I actually have a deal with Keith McCann, the manager of the bookstore. He donates $150 bookstore gift cards to those teams instead. So the discretionary funds, it was worked out 4 years ago with SGA, and that was the only legal way we can get prizes, and so far organizations have liked that. And then trophies, we get free trophies, one for each contest from one of the approved vendors. They're about $20 each. After that, I believe that is the American Physical Society March meeting. So, March meeting, the best way to describe it, it's like Comic-Con for physicists. It's this big physics conference. This year it's in Baltimore. It's a research conference. The way it works is there's physics PhDs there giving talks on super legitimate research. I went there last year, and there's actually a talk on a zombie apocalypse, which is pretty entertaining. They try to get students to come to these events so they can present their own research. This guy right here does research with one of my professors, and he's hoping to go to this year. It looks really good on a student's resume if they presented at this research conference. So, including him, there would be 3 other people going. 2 of them will be students. To cover the hotel for the 3 students, it's about $1,000, and I actually included a quote in the budget, and I have an additional printout of the quote if you guys want to look at it. We would use that to cover the hotel, and then to get there we would be renting a car, and attached to that is a quote for the car rental that came out to $217.50. That's to cover from here all the way to Baltimore and back for the full week. And also towards the bottom, I include the fuel expenses as given by Student Life. They give 52 cents per mile reimbursement for fuel, so I just use the distance between here and Baltimore to calculate that out. The conference registration fee is $25 per person, so I'd just be covering it for the 3 students. Parking at the conference would be $75 for the entire week, so they would have a place to put the rental car. So in total, that would be $1,550. After that, the events are pretty mild. Every few weeks, we as a group, we have these open events for students to come in. We have an upcoming meeting on research opportunities that students can get to work for the summer. And then following that, we would also be having a lecture from an astronomy professor who donated a telescope to the department. He's going to be coming to talk about his research. He works in astrophysics, and people really love astrophysics. We also have a physics professor that'll be presenting on his research alone to try and recruit students into joining it. He does some pretty interesting stuff on like quantum physics, stuff like that. And we also have a former student that is now a graduate student. He wants to come on campus to give a talk on how his life as a graduate student is to hopefully convince some of our undergrads to apply to graduate school. And following that, Physics Jeopardy. So what we do is we set up a Jeopardy game that's all about physics. We fill one of the big lecture halls in the science building, 151, and we get close to between 50 and 60 people in there. We break them into teams, and they participate with each other, and we play Jeopardy, just with physics instead. And we did that one year, it was very successful, and we're hoping to do it again this year. And after that, at the end of every semester, we have this liquid nitrogen ice cream party where we get liquid nitrogen and then milk, half and half, sugar, and we make ice cream using that, and students always seem to enjoy it. And we also use that as a method of recruiting more students to join our organization. And then also, we have an event for student research. If our undergrads and our graduates, if they're doing a research project, in order to get credit for it, they're required to present in front of a crowd. So we help them out, and we get a full crowd of people to observe their research and supply food to convince people to come and see their research. And then there's the welcome back meeting, which I mentioned earlier about summer research opportunities. And then finally, marketing and membership. Every year we make annual t-shirts with cool designs, some that spell physics out in math terms, some that have Magnus with a Viking hat, or I'm sorry, Einstein with a Viking hat, stuff like that. Those usually come to about $8 per shirt because we print front and back, and these are the shirts that are our most popular, so we're asking for $500 for that. And then for operational expenses, our membership fees with our national organization are $25 per person. The reason why I ask for this is because our national organization actually gives us outreach funds. We have an outreach program at the Campus International School that we fund ourselves. The national organization gives us close to, what, about $1,000 every year that goes straight to Campus International School. So the only way they give that to us, though, is if our membership is covered. So we think it'd be a good deal that we cover all these events at Campus International School, and you guys just help us out with our membership funds. And that's what we've been doing for the past 4 years. All right, that's all I got. Any questions?
Wait, so you guys are requesting $3,690 from COLAB and $3,457 from the finance budget, right?
So $3,690 for the capital contest, that's collaboration. And then March meeting, it's off campus, that's $1,557, so that's for travel. And then the stuff that's on campus and not for the capital contest, that totals $1,900.
So you know the one collab that if you pull up the best of this actually put market SJ on everything?
Yeah, we always have SG incorporated into our design.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yeah, they're covering us. They got 2,000 from Harry Moore when they requested 2,760. We gave 2,000.
So you guys already have they already have
No, they got 2,000, so they could still request more from finance. So I was just saying that they're good. What?
So they can only go
They can get up to 3,000. Finance, the collab, they can get up to. They could collab.
I mean, COLAB the $10,000, right? It's a different story.
Yeah,
thank you so much. I will email you and let you guys know.
Okay, thank you very much. See you, Matt.
Nobody
guys doing? They're right here. I mean, you can sit if you want. You don't.
You're presenting to us.
Presenting
from
to us, basically.
Human resources. Yeah. Okay.
Hi, my name is Shondell Vincent, and I am currently Director of Planning and Events for Society of Human Resources. And we would like to attend the NORC, that's the North Ohio Human Resources Conference. It's going to be located at the IET Center, and it's to help build students and HR professionals. And we're going to have 10 of our executive members to attend this conference, so that it will give us the opportunity to connect and develop our CSU SHRM chapters, and also network with professionals in the Cleveland area. And it's actually going to be on Friday, March 10th, and Thursday, March 10th and March 11th. 2 days. It's a 2-day conference, but we're checking just for 1 day. And we would like to request $1,230 to cover the expenses.
For 10 people?
Yeah.
Okay, because it says 3 for 6 guests, so that's what we were asking.
Oh, actually, we made it as 10 now.
Okay, so you're still asking for 230?
Yes.
Is that gonna be enough to cover for 10 people? Is it 1,230 enough for 10 people?
Yes.
I don't think so. You should have any problem with that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank
you. Thank you so much.
And next one is Paul.
He's not Paul in here.
Wait,
He's
can we-
sick. Parker's in.
Wait, can we like take a break? I don't know.
Yeah. Tell him to wait till 5:15. No. This is the
Let's
last
take a 5-minute,
one.
5
Can I
minute.
stretch my legs first before I deal with that?
I'll go tell him to wait.
It works.
We'll walk around.
Does the camera work?
I don't know.
Still up?
Oh yeah, I got all of that. Okay.
Alright.
Is he getting my good side?
No, your back side. Yeah, actually, here.
You said it wasn't recording the whole time?
No, it was.
We got this.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
Parker spread it down. Give him the next one. Thank you for dressing up, Paul.
I did just
You good? I'll email you and let you know.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, what do you want?
Excuse me, so your pants are wrinkly?
Oh, this.
So was your her.
That's gonna be minus $100 $100.
You mixed up whenever you want.
Give me a
Mr.
second.
Keating.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start by starting to turn over to Paul a second. He's the one that kind of inspired me to send in this.
No, I have it pulled up. Okay, so do you want the budget breakdown first? Okay, so we're asking for $2,250, the $2,500, or the $250 is just for the one-time allocation. The $2,000 is for the Carlson Leadership Academy Conference for Sigma Phi Epsilon. So it's a leadership conference, basically the exec board of SIGEP chapters all across the country go, and it's basically a leadership conference to kind of bring back more valuable skills for the chapter and the school as a whole. So of course we want to, build the men that we have with the values that we teach, but we also want to incorporate those values into the guys that we are not only trying to recruit, but just trying to instill in everyone. So we like to think that we, are trying to build men and with the values that we have, but we're also trying to enhance the Greek community as well.
So we bring back a lot of risk management, a lot of skills that we can bring leadership styles to for the Greek population. Again, we're just trying to grow the Greek community because there's a lot of value, and I'll tell Parker can tell you why the Greek community is so big here.
I have a question. How many people are you sending?
8.
Is
That's
that all
not-
your exec board?
Yes. In addition to that, why you want to send our whole exec board is each executive board member has specific training that they can go through at this conference. It's not everybody sits in with like one presentation. So Paul as the president would go and receive a specific training. Myself as chaplain was receive a specific training. So all of us would get this to help bring our chapter, which we would then share with our peers and other Greek organizations to move them into a stronger, more cohesive unit. In addition to being chaplain for the SIGAP chapter, I'm also the Interfraternity Council president. So going around and asking members of the school what they see as Greek life, it's pretty easy to assume that they see us as partiers, people that kind of take advantage of women or situations, don't really take school seriously. So we believe that SIGAP being a newer chapter of this campus, we could work with these other chapters here and take what we learn at this conference and give it to them and help bring their chapters up along with us, because our community is not going to grow with one organization growing.
So for the budget, we're asking, so for 5 guys, it's $150. So for the remaining, we would just have our alumni help pay for. So we're willing to do that because with that, we want, so the hotel rooms are $115 a piece. We would get 2 rooms just because we have 8 guys going, so 4 in each room, and it would be for 2 nights, which is a total of $460. 2 rental vans would be $225. And then gas for that would be $200, and then another $140 for T-shirts for the Leadership Academy to go, because it's, again, we're trying to build like that Cleveland State's a really good chapter, and we kind of want to show that camaraderie there, which ends up to be a total of $2,000 plus the $250 that is just the one-time allocation fee. So that's what we're asking for, and I can repeat that if anyone needs it.
Last year at this leadership conference, Sigma Phi Epsilon at Cleveland State brought home 2 awards. One was excellence in recruitment, and one was excellence in grades.
And we hope to do the same as well.
The chapter's grades award was given to us because we were 4th in academics throughout the nation. That's over 250 chapters.
Great. So what's your average GPA for your chapter?
At that time, it was 3 point, when we won it, it was a 3.45.
What is it currently?
About 3. We had a large influx of men who were freshmen, and they were kind of getting into the whole, getting involved with school, going through that transitioning from home to fraternity, university life. So,
have you guys like studied here?
Yep, we actually, to bring that back up, we've decided to split everybody into teams with people they're not really typically hang out with, so they can work together and build that studying environment. And we're going to each created a challenge for the teams that have, the team that has the best highest GPA. This is Nick, he's our VP of Finance.
Last year we had a total of 780 study hours as a whole chapter, and this year we're going to bump it up to 1,000 as our goal.
Yeah.
So,
we're also hosting a time management seminar, time management study skills seminar for our chapter. We intend to include other communities, other organizations to come if they want, because the times that they do have, for a freshman or sophomore they can go during Common Hour, but when you move out through school, those times aren't readily available for older students. So we want to give an opportunity that we can require our members who lack luster in grades to pull themselves up, but also the CSU community.
and again, we're getting a lot of these details and events and ideas from these leadership academies. And SIGEP being a very new chapter, only being here for 2.5 years, but we've already had national recognition. We want to continue that, and these leadership conferences is what helps us gain that.
How many people do you need to get a charter?
Say it again?
How many people do you need to get a charter?
A total of 35, and right now we're at 30. So last year when we sent people, we had 14 total, 15 total, 17, and I mean just kind of the stuff that we brought back, we've been able to add a lot of guys.
More than doubling our chapter.
Yeah, so we do have the highest number of guys out of all of the fraternities on campus, and it's it's great for us because, like I said, we've only been here 2.5 years, and for us to accomplish that means a lot to us, and SIGEP nationally. We really covered everything.
Yeah, sorry.
Any questions?
I just got off.
So what's your current balance of the
1690.
1690. But we have to pay about 1,500 for.
We have to pay $1,590 for our spring semester bill. So, kind of like this.
Thank you. Yep, about 100 is what we're gonna be left with.
All fraternities do. Every year, like every semester, fraternities have like a fall and spring semester bill, just because you're chartering at the school and you have to pay national headquarters to help like fund things and stuff. So, and it's kind of like an insurance policy as well.
And attending these leadership conferences actually helps bring our bills down, because it educates our chapter. We receive, myself as chaplain will receive standards board and risk management training to take back with our chapter, and I can share it with the other fraternities at the school, and hopefully lower everybody's bill as a whole. In addition, I plan on taking my Learn Here, partnering with health services, and creating a risk management and alcohol EDU seminar for the fraternity and sorority community, for NPHC and PC and IFC, the segmentations of fraternities and sororities, to all attend and receive their, because a lot of them have the requirement to go to those.
So are you guys gonna use the other $100 for the conference too? The rest of the $100 after your dues are due?
Yeah, because we still have to have, that's going to be part of sending the other 3 guys to the conference as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, our alumni board will have to help fund, and then we're also doing fundraising events this year to help get more money. So.
All right, thank you so
I
much.
want to see pictures from that.
I'll send you guys pictures. I'll tag you. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
That's like zero, just like.
Yeah, one second, let me check our side.
Oh, and your scholarships are on the line for this, just to let you know.
Guys, just a reminder, I sit on the INL too, so.
Thanks, you left me
Just to remind you, there's a camera in the room.
Not a threat.
I think it was a promise.
Anybody else? It's 2 more minutes, then we can leave.
Well, I thought we covered it.
Orgs didn't show.
But they were both one-time people, so they both thought they didn't have to.
Right, actually emailed us guys, so they didn't know they have to.